Music is frequency programming. Music is frequency. What frequency are you being fed? If I play with those frequencies, right, I can target certain parts of the mind, target the frequency to go to certain parts of the mind, and I can literally, if I want you to astral project, or if I want you to go to sleep, or if I want you to go into a meditative state, I can make my music do that.
The brain processes information electrically. It communicates with the cellular structure electrically, and it operates within a certain band of frequency. If you can broadcast frequencies carrying information, this technology has long been known, carrying information and perceptions within the frequency that the brain decodes information, the brain will decode those frequencies and will have those perceptions. You can externally influence people's perceptions externally by broadcasting these frequencies that we interact with, because we are antenna.
The sad reality is that where we now play our music is in A440. Where did that come from? It used to be 417. A440 came in with the Roman Catholic Church. They suppressed the frequencies. They lost somehow the 152 of the best Gregorian chants, including the hymn to St. John the Baptist, which we've now recovered. That particular hymn was what triggered Dr. Palaio's investigation, looking for those frequencies of vibration by which the music was played. It was known as the most uplifting hymn of all the ages, the most spiritually uplifting hymn. Hymn to St. John the Baptist was played to 6 tones. These are those 6 tones. These are those 6 frequencies. And so the A440 is what now is the standard tuning. If you go A439, you're closer to one of the Creator's tones. If you go A441, you're closer to one of the Creator's original tones. That's how precisely it has been manipulated. To do what? To shut down the 95% of your brain, particularly the right brain that operates the heart-mind to the divine human community.
Some decades ago, there was a guy who worked out the frequencies of different emotional states. This is long ago. I mean, it's very, very sophisticated now. So every thought, every emotional response is a frequency. It generates a frequency, and it is of itself a frequency. Hate is a frequency, and it's different to love. You know, when you are in a room and there's lots of aggression and conflict and hatred, you feel it. What do people say? Oh God, you can cut the atmosphere with a knife in there. That is because the frequencies of hate and conflict have been so generated, they have changed the electromagnetic field of the room.
When you go driving your car and your channel on the radio is tuned to a station and you're grooving to the music, you love that music. As you get farther and farther away from the broadcasting tower, that music gets static. You start to lose the signal from the clear channel, broadcast, and it gets staticky. When it gets staticky, you get a little annoyed. But you want to listen to it. You really have a heart for that music, so you continue to listen to it for another 10, 15 miles, and suddenly it becomes so annoying that you just get disgusted, you go, ah, and you shut it off. And if you continue to listen to it, you get sick. That's what we're talking about here. Except you don't even know that you've been listening to the static your whole life. You don't even know what the true resonant frequency is because it has been kept from you.
Now, of course, to really be effective, we need to use the proper words and phrases, scientifically selected. But that gives you the basic idea. We embed messages just below the threshold of perception, so they can go directly into the subconscious.
They can play across a community these frequencies without anyone knowing, and it starts to have an effect, and it starts to build rage, it starts to build anger, and people might not realize why they're feeling it, but they start to feel it. And then what they do is they trigger that with an event. Maybe some guy is attacked by the police or something, or somebody's arrested for something they didn't commit, and now there's the trigger. The blue touch paper has been lit of this manufactured frequency-driven rage, and you have mass riots and what have you, and people do things that they wouldn't normally do.
So in other words, the master composer, master conductor of the Universal Orchestra is singing love songs in 5/8, uplifting everything simultaneously. And we're the only species out of tune and accepting static for the clear channel.
Do you know that the American military, they've admitted this. They have technology that fires frequencies at the enemy that basically breaks the enemy's spirit, so they give up and put their weapons down. This is the technology we're dealing with.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Smoke and Mirrors on the Big Exclusive Network. I'm Poppy Montega. First and foremost, I want to apologize for switching up the topic on y'all last minute. To make a long story short, the timing just wasn't right for Turf Monster. But good evening, Miss Hines. How you doing this evening? Thank you for joining. Illuminated Sorcery. Illuminated Sorcerers. Can anybody what does that mean to you? How about that? What does that title mean to you? When you read that title, what did you think? What did you feel? We're gonna dive into some things tonight. Good evening, Miss Monroe. How are you? When you seen the new promo for Illuminated Sorcerers, what came to mind? To me, it meant shining a light on sorcery. Okay. Well, like we do on every show, I have a little more than usual vocabulary words, but we're going to break down some words tonight before we dive into some things. The main reason why I chose this topic for tonight is that shooting that happened out West Philly. The shooting that happened out West Philly, which I'm not going to comment too much on, I feel as though it's connected to music. Now, I don't have any sources or anything to prove that, but, just connecting the dots on some things. So I wanted to dive into the fact of how far music has come. When we first came up with hip hop as a culture, it was very influential. Wouldn't you guys say? Hip hop used to be very influential. Even the battle rap was, I can do this better than you. Like, you know what I mean? Correct me if I'm wrong. For the ones that are in here, interactive. Yeah, that drill music is something different. But even that, hey, Miss Stewart, how you doing? Even let's break down drill music compared to what music was. Drill music is self-snitching, right? They're not programming anybody. They're telling on themselves. It's not too influential, right? It's motivating if that's what you're into, but it's not influential. Yeah, until it was hijacked, right? By who we talked about in the last few shows. Can I get that first word up, please? Sorcerer, a conjurer, an enchanter, a magician. The Egyptian sorcerers contended with Moses. You can take that down. A conjurer, enchanter, magician, sorcerer. Can I get the next word up, please? Sorcery, noun, magic, enchantment, witchcraft, divination. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me, I'm high. Divination be the assistance of evil spirits or the power of commanding evil spirits. Adders, wisdom. I have learned to fence my ears against the sorceries. Could you take that down? Notice it's all attached to evil, negative, right? But remember, magic can be used both ways. It can be used positively or negatively. And we produce magic every day. But when we're talking about sorcery, by definition, it's attributed to evil. Can I get the next word up? Source. Properly, the spring or fountain from which a stream of water proceeds, or any collection of water within the earth or upon its surface, in which a stream originates. This is called also the head of the stream. We call the water of a spring, where it issues from the earth, the source of the stream, or relevant proceeding, form it. We say also that springs have their sources in subterranean ponds, lakes, or collections of water. We say also that a large river has a source in a lake. For example, the St. Lawrence has its source in the Great Lakes of America. But we don't want that definition, do we? Let's go to the second one. First cause, original, that which gives rise to anything, thus ambition, the love of power, and of fame have been the sources of half the calamities of nations. Intemperance is the source of innumerable evils to individuals. Can you take that down, please? Sounds closely related to sorcery, right? Come on, people, interact with me tonight. Give me some comments. Give me some feedback. Sounds very related to sorcery, right? Remember, this isn't our native tongue. So some of these words we've been using for a long time and don't know the true meaning of it. We listen to sorcery every day. Which sorcery you subscribe to, I can't say. But the moral of this show is what sorcery is our kids subscribing to. What's up, Big Roll? Yes, sir. Go Birds. Yes, sir. Can I get the next word up, please? Wizard, noun, a conjurer, an enchanter, a sorcerer. The wily wizard must be caught. Enchanting, charming, haunted by wizards. Sounds like a good sorcerer in a sense, right? Because it says enchanter, a sorcerer. But if a wizard is a sorcerer, what's the need for the other word? Hey, Miss Carter, how you doing? Yes, sir, Mr. Nash. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's definitely called programming for a reason. Good evening, Miss Mullen. Good evening, Miss Mullen. Nice to have you. Can I get the next word, please? Magician, one skilled in magic, one that practices the black art. An enchanter, a necromancer, a sorcerer or sorceress, female sorcerer. Notice it said the black art, one that practices the black art. That's their way of making magic seem evil. But they have a black witch and a white witch, yes? And they both use magic. And the white witch supposedly is the good witch, right? You can take that down to the next word, please. Illuminati. I want to go down to Oh no, we're going to stay to the first definition. We're not going to even entertain the bottom two. We're going to stay up there at the top. Church, a church term anciently applied to persons who had received baptism, in which ceremony they received a lighted taper as a symbol of the faith and grace they had received by their sacrament. Can I get the next word? Illuminate, to enlighten, to throw light on, to supply with light, to adorn with festal lamps or bonfires, to enlighten intellectually with knowledge or grace, to adorn with pictures, portraits, and other paintings, as to illuminate manuscripts or books according to ancient practice, to illustrate, to throw light on, as on obscure subjects. I want to go back to that number 2, though. To enlighten intellectually with knowledge or grace. You can take that down. Those words we know birthed the group Illuminati. Illuminati is not some secret group somewhere. Illuminati are illuminated people. Those of us that can see what's going on past the physical and somewhat manipulate it. Illuminati they don't exist in the form that people believe they exist. Can I get that next word, please? Illuminated. Participle passive, enlightened, rendered light, or luminous, illustrated, adorned with pictures as books. Next one, please. Good evening, Ms. Clark. How you doing? I'm sorry, Big Roll. No, not that picture. I'm sorry. We had skipped the word, but it's cool. Big Roll, definition of black art. My definition from research is negative practice, negative craft. Not necessarily art that you're drawing, but craft, negative craft. Remember, black supposedly stands for negative, bad, and white supposedly stands for pure. But remember, before light, you had what? Darkness. And all light must be created. No light just exists. Oh, what you're gonna say? The star and the sun? That's gas, right? It's gas burning, and eventually it will burn out, right? All light has to be created. Darkness just is. So that's why they make us afraid of the dark with the boogeyman. So can I get the Jay-Z picture up there now? Now Jay-Z hasn't performed in a long time, right? Excuse me, my puppy is bothering me. Go. Jay-Z hasn't performed in a long time, right? But remember, we just said sorcery, sorcerer, magician, wizard. Remember all those words we just went through? Look at all the people in the crowd. Would you say that Jay-Z is sorcering right now? MCing, master of ceremonies? Come on, people, talk to me. What y'all think about this picture? Very infamous pitch, Big Roll. Now, see, I mentioned occult knowledge in some previous episodes, and a lot of hand gestures mean things. This pic was heavily dissected. True indeed. We're not going to go that deep into it, but I'm talking about this hand gesture in particular because they try to paint Jay-Z out to be evil. Yes? But did you guys know that this is the hand gesture of creation? And if you fold that hand, those hands, you fold them together, you have praying hands, don't you? Sorcery. Sorcery, right? But I'm going to show you how Jay-Z is a wizard and not a sorcerer. Can we get the next picture up there? These are all hand gestures that motivate these things. How many of you were aware of this? Yes, sir, Big Roll, because Hove know what he doing. Now, the top part is cut off, and I apologize, but if you see the diamond has creation over top of it. Look at absolute. When you mean what you say, do you not pound that palm to your fist to drive home your point? When they was teaching us how we supposed to act in school, look at intuition. The hands are folded, right? You look at the top left. A lot of people do that when they're thinking. Once again, the name is cut off, though. But a lot of people do these hand gestures unknowingly. And these hand gestures mean things. They activate certain parts of the body and activate certain parts of the soul. Sorcery, right? Now, I had to break down all this stuff to get back to the main point. In a previous episode, you can take that down. In a previous episode, I showed you who was running the programming as who called it that? Mr. Nash referred to it earlier. Yes, Miss Stewart. And it's a reason why you never knew. That's good, Miss Clark. You should teach the people around you. You should teach the people around you. Anybody that's aware of this knowledge and not sharing this knowledge, shame on you. Shame on you. Yeah, Big Ro, I'm trying to tell you, man, I want my people to know everything. And since they hide it from us in the books, I did all the digging. If you don't believe anything I present to you, feel free to go look for it yourself. But I did all the digging, my niggas. I'm here to show you what I found. Now, we talked about sorcery. Hey, Miss Ordrick. We talked about sorcery. We talked about wizardry. We talked about magic, magicians, illuminated ones, Illuminati. We talked about what all that means. And in previous episodes, I touched in who was controlling the programming. And anybody that's a real fan of music, anybody that's a real, I'm just messing with you, Miss Clark, but yes, share it with your people. If you know, share it. Anybody that's a fan of music, you realize a lot of this music is garbage now, right? We can't believe our kids like this stuff. And the rappers that's actually saying something, they're whack. They don't get no they don't get no airtime. Their best bet is to stay independent. Notice that, right? Now, this violence has ticked up all over the country because of this music. Hold on 1 second. Let me read this comment from Big Roll. Question part 1. Why is the middle finger featured in almost every pic people take nowadays? Because we think it's cool. Our culture thinks it's cool. But how about this? The next time you see somebody that you know personally post a picture with their middle finger up, ask them who are they talking to? And then just listen to the response. It's hilarious, bro. It's hilarious because people be fake beefing out here, man. people be fake beefing out here until they get into some real beef. That's why a lot of these rappers end up telling. But this violence has ticked up all over the country. No, you ain't missing nothing, Big Roll. This violence has ticked up all over the country. And if you really dive into it, a lot of these steppers and, you know, rappers, they rappers or they think they rap, and they do drill music and all that. Now, I could have touched on right here in Philadelphia, but we're based in Philadelphia. So why would I do that, right? But being as though it's going on all over the country, I have a video that I'm about to play for you guys. And when we get back from this video, we're going to touch on a couple more things, and then it's going to be time to interact both ways. But this video is going to be mind-blowing to a lot of you who aren't really up on what's going on with music today. Can we get that video, Big Exclusive?
Now to our I-Team investigation, Killer Beats. Rap music videos about murders in Jacksonville fuel fire in the community.
Mothers of the victims are speaking out, saying the videos and lyrics have gone too far, giving specific details about the horrific crimes. I-Team investigator Corley Peel is joining us live to show us how this deadly music videos, how they are really damaging families. Corley?
Well, Tarek and Stacy, many of these parents I've spoken with are still waiting for arrest, or they're waiting for a trial for their son's murders. While they wait for justice, music videos from rival rap groups in Jacksonville have gained popularity across the country, with songs glorifying their son's murders. The music and beat are catchy. Gaining millions of views and plays on YouTube and streaming services. Local rappers rising to fame with lyrics about murders of young men in Jacksonville.
Queso, and you know we smoke little biggie.
The victims behind the lyrics are sons. What is it like when you see your son's name and his murder talked about in these rap songs?
It's like somebody taking an open wound or a healing wound and opening it back up and stabbing at it over and over again.
I hope and pray that, you know, the person or the persons who are rapping about, you know, that they understand that you have a mom too. And would you want your mom to feel the way the other moms feel?
JSO says the different rap groups known as ATK and KTA are rivals on the streets. ATK and KTA, those are the groups that we hear about a lot. Are they the biggest problem for Jacksonville?
They have been recently, for the most part.
In this music video,
And now I wonder what I said, got a low, I told her drop that. FNXP when the head ain't got the kite back.
the man in the green shirt is Kenyatta Bullard. He's known as rapper Young and Ace. He was a sole survivor in a deadly quadruple shooting at the Town Center in 2018. In the video, he wears an ATK chain around his neck. The lyrics reference 3 men killed in shootings.
Ooh, I smoke, baby, ooh, I smoke, Tiki, ooh, I smoke, Lana.
One of the victims, known as Bibby, is 16-year-old Adrian Gaynor.
He was joy. All he did was laugh and dance.
He was shot and killed in the Hilltop Village apartments in 2019.
Nobody can do anything worse to me than killing my child.
It took 2 years for an arrest to be made. The man accused of killing him is Hakeem Robinson, known as rapper Queso.
Never play with queso. Smoke dirt and baby to the face though.
Robinson is charged with second-degree murder. Gaynor's mother, Elizabeth Gaynor, says Robinson and other rappers continuously mocked her son's death in music videos and on social media for years.
And you know we smoke little baby.
Specifically, what has been said about your son in these songs?
I've heard anything from where he was shot. I've heard what his last words were.
Baby had a close cut, so I wasn't surprised.
This is not the only murder Robinson is accused of. He is also charged with second-degree murder in the 2020 death of Charles McCormick, a.k.a. rapper Little Buck. His father, Abdul Robinson Sr., and his brother, Abdul Robinson Jr., are also arrested in connection to the crime. JSO says the Robinsons are linked to the group ATK. JSO Chief of Investigations TK Waters says ATK is linked to more than a dozen murders and other crimes committed in response to perceived insults.
It's a range of things. It could be drugs. It could be something as simple as me making a rap song about you and you don't like it. So one of your friends or one of your associates says we need to get back and we're going to do something, and they'll start a shooting war.
Dominique Barner and Leroy Whitaker are also charged in connection to McCormick's murder. This surveillance video shows two suspects running through a backyard after the shooting. Investigators say they held a woman hostage before taking off. Hakeem Robinson's attorney says ATK is a certified business, not a gang. You can see ATK is listed here on Apple Music right underneath Queso's songs. But if you look at the Life of ATK website, the front page says opening soon. The group KTA is also not shy about naming murder victims in its music videos. This video was made in response to the Who I Smoke video that is linked to ATK.
Leaky got shot. What the hell? Fast face, hot on gang.
One victim heard in KTA's songs is 30-year-old father of 12, Freddie Patterson, who was shot and killed in November 2020. His mother, Shantina Benton, says she doesn't know who the rappers are or why they would be talking about her son's death.
I mean, it's not a funny thing that somebody's dead. Somebody got killed. That's not funny. They got loved ones, they got kids.
The lyrics also reference Corbin Johnson.
Corbin got kidnapped. They found his bones. He was right. Where's Corbin?
He was 18. He was just a baby.
Johnson's mother, Melissa Jackson, reported him missing in 2018. A year later, his remains were found in a wooded area. To this day, no arrests have been made.
In my heart, I kind of feel like it's someone that he knew, because Corbin wouldn't just leave with anyone.
Corbin got kidnapped, lost, got his found. Okay.
Despite the heartbreaking lyrics, Johnson's mother feels it could help police.
I feel sorry for them, actually. But for me, I want him to keep making the songs, because you're going to say the right thing at the wrong time that's going to be specific to the details that we don't know about Corbin's murder. So keep talking.
Not all of the rappers in the videos are charged or suspected of crimes. I did reach out to several of the rappers and their attorneys to share their side of the story. None of them agreed to do an interview. Abdul Robinson Sr.'s attorney tells me that the songs are how the artists express themselves, and he says there is no proof that the rap groups are linked to the murders. Tarek and Stacey, we are continuing to follow these cases, and we will continue to keep you updated as soon as we learn more information.
So, Corley, since they're giving a lot of details about the murders in the music videos, can't police arrest them?
Tarek, actually, no. Right now, the music videos are merely describing crimes. They are not confessions. So JSO says the lyrics alone are not a chargeable offense. We will explain why coming up in about the next 20 minutes on News for Jax at 6.
What y'all think about that? And you're crazy if you don't think it's happening right here in Philadelphia. It's happening right here. The same stuff, man. Now, the reason why I felt like a light needed to be shined on that tonight is because we know some of these people, man. Nephews, little cousins, godsons. We got to do something. We got to do something because a lot of these shootings are retaliation shootings. That's such bullshit. If they wasn't involved, they wouldn't rap about it. True indeed. But keep in mind, that's in Florida every day. Wow. I know it's happening, but what's crazy to me is the parents that act like they don't know their kids rap or have YouTube. True indeed. True indeed. But you know what's to get a little deeper into that, this is very much the norm. Been this way for years. It's so sad. True indeed, Ms. Clark. But to dive deeper into what you said, Big Exclusive, not only the YouTube accounts, And I'm gonna get on the women and the men. I'm gonna get on the women and the men. A woman could find out who you was texting and where you was by tracking your phone, right? And men can call out women on everything, but make excuses for their boys. Now, I don't have any sons. I only have daughters, but I see it all the time. I see it all the time. Us men letting our sons get away with a lot of shit. They actually paying these kids to do these hits. Well, here's the business side of it. And this is what I wanted to say earlier when I said that the drill music is motivating. Because when I found out these dudes was sounding this bad and making money off of it. See, I make music too, but I used to do it as a journal. You get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be no Jay-Z or nothing like that. It's just a way to vent because you can't talk to everybody. You dig what I'm saying? You can't talk to everybody. So I started talking to paper. Then I started talking to the beats and stuff like that. But I found a way to do it independently by researching these dudes. You dig what I'm saying? Deleted messages never really ever get deleted. No, not at all. Not at all. And did you know that Facebook just gives everything over to the police as soon as they ask for it? Mr. Nash, facts. Ms. Monroe, I mean, this retaliation, these retaliation hits. I mean, some of these retaliation hits, they don't get paid for it. So if you look at it like, look at these age groups. Look at it like the levels, right? You got a 12-year-old that's looking up to a 16, 17-year-old. Now, he's in and out the streets a little bit, dibbing and dabbing. Now he's 14, 15. This 16, 17-year-old is what, 19, 20 now? And he gets killed. That's his all head. You ain't got to pay him. This is chance to pop his cherry. You dig what I'm saying? He don't got to get paid to do that. You killed my old head. Like, you got to realize how small these neighborhoods are. And some of these kids don't go with outside of an 8-block radius, a 4-block radius. Let me see what you say. Those weak-ass lyrics was definitely suspect. That's why you got to be mindful of what you put on social media. This is past social media, Ms. Aldrich. They use social media to talk trash back and forth. And are you live right now? All right, we catch you on your location. But we're talking about music. Like, you can pull these songs up on Spotify. You can pull this up on YouTube. I can't comprehend how anybody outside of that particular culture like that kind of music at all. Is worse than bad. It's not even Reggie. Average age of the shooter in the hood is 15. No exaggeration. True indeed. True indeed. 22, you an old head. 22, you an old head. But you know, that's on all of us. The men that are still out here and available, and the mothers. You dig what I'm saying? We allow these kids to get away with too much. War, aka drama, just like in politics, is a big business. If you think these labels don't have life insurance built into these contracts, and when it gets for sure, Ms. Harps. What is it? Empire. A lot of their artists mysteriously been getting killed, and they have life insurance on all their artists. But these guys that we was talking about in particular, and the ones that's in these neighborhoods and stuff, they're not signed. They're independent artists. They do like I do and put their music on DistroKid and stuff like that. They're not with no label. Their team is their label. They're creating LLCs for their neighborhood and releasing music talking about what they're doing in their neighborhood. They're not even signed to these labels. So that lets you know they're not stupid. They're not stupid. Just misguided. But it's such a generational gap. The closest generation that's capable of doing something don't know nothing about an LLC. The closest generation that can really do anything, they're going to tell them, you need to stop doing what you're doing and go find you a career somewhere. How they going to find a career with all these cases and dropped out of school? Let's be logical. Let's be logical. 17, 18, done been in and out of jail, done been shot, probably got tattoos all over. No, they need a trade. In your opinion, what's the root cause of the problem? It's a lot of moving parts, bro. It's a lot of moving parts. But to simplify it, ignorance, to the purest meaning of ignorance, lack of knowledge throughout the culture. Like how we was talking about the hand gestures and stuff like that. A lot of us was ignorant to what that meant. But now we know. So now, look, I'm sitting here like this right now while I'm talking to y'all. When I do this and I put my hands back, it's like that. It's natural. But now someone else that's doing that is aware of why they're doing that. It's ignorance, bro. That's the root. And those people want to keep us ignorant. And they've eliminated a whole generation of us. Got to keep drama current in order to have something to rap about. So the wars in the hood continues. It's a cycle. The hood keeps them motivated by supporting. True indeed. I don't know if y'all watch the news. It's a cemetery. Miss Harps, I'm responding to what you just said too. It's a cemetery out in Delaware County, and they said business is booming right now. Like they can't dig the holes fast enough. So yeah, it's definitely a market for it. And let's not forget about the Great Reset and all that. We starting over. You know, they got to eliminate a lot of the population to start over. Yes, I believe that's the name of it, Fernwood, right over in the county. And they specialize in Islamic burials. So, you know, when you ride through there, you smell all that death. You smell all that death. Yep. Can I get that collage of rappers up there, please? Now, these are mainstream rappers, all murdered within the past 2 years. Breaking news. Leave that up while I read these comments. There's rappers that's been talking about that life now, changing the ways. Gucci with the stop talking about the dead, and Elite Chopper changed his ways. It's a gimmick. And when they change that kind, they kill their music off. True indeed. True indeed, Mr. Nash. I strongly agree. But in the case of Gucci, he old now. You know what I'm saying? Only a few people could get away with that. You can take that picture down. Only a few people could get away with rapping about the bullshit their whole career, like Pusha T. You know what I'm saying? I hear Beanie Siegel's about to make a comeback, and he's still, you know. But there is a group of people that like that, and then you have older people like us that want new music from older rappers that we listened to in the past. Because it's still a young craft. You get what I'm saying? It's still something fairly new. You know what I mean? So that whole, oh, you too old to rap, says who? Says who? It's people missing from that college. That's wild. From that collage. That's wild. Oh, for sure. For sure. Because that collage was about a year old. No, DMX wasn't murdered, though. Those were people that was murdered. Those were rappers that were murdered, not rappers that we lost. Now, can I get that list? Oh, just because, for sure. It was a list that I sent you right after that. Can I get that list up? That's the last part of the list. Is the list might be too big. All right, it was 3 parts. It's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, salute the DMX. Salute the DMX. For sure. Well, we could go to that list right there. This is the crime by neighborhood. Crime by neighborhood. You see your neighborhood up there? Can I get the next part to that? Look at this, people. Look at these numbers. This is just in Philadelphia. Can I get the final piece to that up? This is in Philadelphia, people. Now, could you go to the original list that you went to, bro? These are all the rappers, mainstream rappers, that we lost to murder. You can slide through them at a rate slow enough for everybody to read. Some of these people you probably didn't hear of, right? Now, this is rap as a culture. This is not just here in the States. This is the culture. Mainstream artists is as a culture all around the world. Jada Youngin recently was murdered. I think it was about 3 weeks ago. This is around the world, people. Every time we come up with something, our culture gets sabotaged. This is our culture. You know what? Yeah, leave that up there real quick, Big Exclusive. I have a competition coming up, 8/27. It's called Philly Got Bars, 1919 Maderi Ave. Come check me out. It's free. The event is for $2,000. We competing for $2,000. It's a increase the peace type situation, so I was told. But you know, being an artist, you got to have something in the tuck for any type of situation. So if you guys are available, I would greatly appreciate you coming out and supporting Poppy Montega, the artist, streaming on all platforms. And yeah, that'd be greatly appreciated. I'm sorry, I was reading the comments. You can take that down. Any of these dudes do drill music from the list that you just put up there? Is that what you're talking about from that list? Jada Youngin, he do drill music. I greatly appreciate you if you show up, Big Roll. Because, you know, a lot of people hear my commercial stuff that I put out there. I put that out there so people can come get the Robitussin. You dig what I'm saying? I put the commercial stuff so you come get the medicine. You know what I mean? When you're a woke rapper, only woke rappers listen to you. You know? What's up, Melly? How you doing? Great to have you. Great to have you. Now, before I open the floor for conversation, y'all know, to the LBGQT community, I am an ally. I am an ally. And with that being said, I want to say free Brittany Griner. Can we get that picture up there, please? Free Brittany Griner. It's a shame they gave her 9.5 years. We need her to come home. That is not right. That is not right. Thank you. You can take that down. Oh, I appreciate that, Mr. Schuller. I really do. I really appreciate it. I appreciate anybody that tunes in and actually gains something from what I'm saying. Pop, what is drill music? Drill music is a music about drills. Drills is murder. Drills is using drums. Boop, 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 boop. You know what I'm saying? Then you go make a drill song about the drill that you just committed. Long story short, you know what I mean? So, you know, they walk around with these extendos and these drums and they go commit a drill. You know what I mean? Then they make a song talking about what they did on this drill and rubbing it in their ops face. Ops, opposition. People's like, the cops is the ops. No. Ops is short for opposition, the opposition. So anybody that's the opposition to you is an op. You get what I'm saying? And then they post it up and they have a Bobby Shmurda type situation. Bobby Shmurda, you know, the song that got him locked up, he didn't think it was going to blow up. He made the song for his little neighborhood and everybody got caught up with the and the song blew up and he got locked up because everybody became too aware of his song, of him talking too much about a drill that him and his team committed. Just learned something new, Miss Carter. What's that? Share with me. What did you learn? If you did learn something new tonight, people that's tuned in, let me know what you learned tonight. If you want me to dive into something a little deeper, let me know while we still have time left. Talk to me. This is the interactive part of the show. I wanted to make my extended tribe aware of what's going on out here. Drill music and what you spoken on tonight. Yes, Miss Carter, it's real. It's real. You ever notice some music you listen to and make you just be like, or if you're in a certain mood, you want to listen to certain music. You dig what I'm saying? Drill music, Miss Stewart. Now, originally, drill music, when it first became a term, was music you listened to while going to commit a drill. Now, drill music is talking about the drill you committed. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It's a lot. We have to stay aware, people. Do not get old. Old is not your age. Your age is not what makes you old. Old is holding on to a way that is no longer. Everything evolves. Everything evolves, and you have to evolve with it. If not, you become old. You know what I'm saying? You become old. You stop moving around. You start watching just a small little amount of things. You know what I mean? So don't ever get old, people. Always become aware. Now, if you don't like certain things, that's a different story. But always be aware of all the new things that's happening, or you will be lost in the sauce. Do you think rap has to now define itself with genres and subgenres for it to be better financially for independent artists? No, I don't. I think now that music as a whole is becoming more independent, I believe that music will become genre-less. Sort of like White Iverson. You see how there's a lot of people like him. What's his name? Post Malone. There's a lot of people that can create music from different genres. But when the label was running everything, we want you to create this. We don't care about none of those other talents you have. We like how you sound doing this. Create all the music that sound like this. You dig what I'm saying? But now that it's going independent, I believe that music will become genre-less. I feel like you're giving out the game on what we used to do. Elaborate on that, Mr. Schuler. That's true. I just found out what drill music was like a month ago. Oh, Miss Monroe. How? Now, I ain't going to ask you on air, but I thought you was a little close to that generation where you should know. I thought you was a little close to that generation where you should know what drill music is. Label wants you to create what sells, not skills and dope tracks. For sure, Big Roll. For sure. But, since a lot of us are finding out that, I'm going to put it to you like this, number-wise. Because remember, I told you I make music too. I have merchandise. And when I studied big artists, they say that the label take up all their money anyway. And they make their money off of merchandise and shows. Okay, so as an independent artist, merchandise and shows will probably be your best bet, right? So you look at Chance the Rapper. He got rich off of hats with the number 3 on it, right? Merchandise. Wasn't selling too much music, was doing free music. You know what I mean? So now that it's becoming more independent, every rapper doesn't have to be Jay-Z successful. Let's just say you make $60,000 a year off of music, merchandise, and shoes. Now, compared to Jay-Z, that's nothing. You're a nobody. But compared to a regular independent artist, $60,000 a year doing what you love to do, it's not a bad deal, is it? I ain't got kids. My nieces and nephews put me on. You don't gotta have kids, Miss Monroe. Facts. I hate the music I have to play as a DJ. This era of music is terrible. Play some Poppy Montega, Mr. Schuler. Play some Poppy Montega. This era of music now is more about trend, not skills. Melly Schuler, that's got us. DJs are a slave to the people. People don't be fooled into thinking these dudes be good. Radio is pay to play. And if you hear it enough times and enough people bob their heads, it's a hit. So if you want to hear great music, you must seek it out. For sure. I strongly agree, Big Exclusive. A lot came to light about the industry when the stories about New Edition and TLC came to out. Speaking of that, it's already out there. It's on the platforms. You can type my name in and it'll come up, Mr. Schuler. It'll come right up. But if you need the MP3, let me know what you like, and I'll send that over to you directly. Miss Carter, Melly Schuler just at a high school graduation party. It was horrible. These kids had no teeth. Independent artists have the ability to make more. Now? You meant now or dough? That's dough. Make more dough. Like dough, like cheddar dough. Well, the DJ has to evolve. You see what happened during the pandemic? Hey, Sabrine, glad to have you. You see what happened during the pandemic? How the verses happened, and then you had DJ D Nice, what he was doing. That's they was forced to evolve during the pandemic. DJs have to evolve just like everything else. And with this metaverse about to happen, they'll be able to throw parties in the metaverse and make money right from home. But you got to stay aware of technology and everything that's going on. You got to stay aware. Anybody have any more questions or anything that you want me to dive deeper in before we wrap it up? Make more dough doing shows, promoting their own product and not using the label for shit. Master P was a fucking genius and don't get props for it. For sure, Big Roll. For sure. All them cats from the South did it. And you're right. Diddy isn't shit. He's a part of what people believe the Illuminati is. I think the DJ have evolved and artists evolved to think they don't need them. Artists think they don't need the DJ because the DJ hasn't evolved. The DJ is just starting to evolve with his own equipment. You still got some DJs that don't respect DJs that don't use traditional turntables, bro. Remember I was talking about being old, how you get old by holding on to the old and not evolving. Sometimes you just gotta go with the time and find what you like. You know what I mean? It's dudes that still like, well, if he ain't mixing, he's not a DJ, bro. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But guess what? These dudes is making money, more money than you. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about you in particular, Mr. Schuler. I'm not talking about you in particular. I do believe traditional DJing is an art form, yes. But with the way things have evolved, it's allowed people that just know how to play music to pass as a DJ. One more side note, Irv Gotti is the official king of feelings and foul shit. Yeah, Irv Gotti can suck a, you know what? Let's dive into it. Big exclusive. I can give you the behind the scenes on what's going on with us. I know you're not talking about me personally. No, for sure. And I'm going off of when my last time really being surrounded with DJs on the regular was when I was doing the internet radio show with Blazing 267 and going to all the different events and all that. And I could tell who the real DJs were. And the real DJs, the ones that really knew how to DJ, they was using their old stuff. You dig what I'm saying? And I noticed the guys that had the new type of mix tables and stuff like that, they were getting more money. You know what I'm saying? The better DJs were staying on the old equipment. Now you come across some of these old school DJs on the new school equipment, and you got the best of both worlds. They know exactly what music to go with music. They know exactly where to break it at. They know exactly where to bring this one in, and they can scratch for you. You know what I'm saying? Rap music was never supposed to infiltrate the masses. It was supposed to stay within the black community. That's when the gangster rap was created, to tear down our community. That's why they pushed the negativity. True indeed. I agree 100%, Miss Monroe. I'm waiting for Big Exclusive to give me his rebuttal. Montega always got the dope input, learns a lot from you. Thanks, Big Roll. Thanks, Big Roll. I like this talking about the DJ stuff because I respect the DJ. Why do you think Beyonce is so successful? I believe Beyonce is so successful because she cut the dead weight and she plays the game. She plays the game. Her business is in order. First off, Pop, DJing ain't got nothing to do with technology, bro. It's an art form. Not too many of these digital DJs know what the fuck they be doing, especially with understanding BPMs and how to blend music. I just said that, Big Exclusive. I agree. But guess what? When somebody say, I need a DJ for an event, you think they care if you know how to scratch? They don't care if you know how to scratch as long as you can play them records, Blue. All I pay you to do is spin records. I don't care if you have a hard drive of 1 million songs. Can you rock any event from weddings to parties? Yeah, but guess what? Big Exclusive. A lot of people don't want to pay more than $150 for a DJ in 2022. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you 100%. I agree with you. It's not about just playing records. That's not respecting the art form, bro. Bro, I was quoting Bernie Mac, man. Pop, give me 5 current MCs you bang with on bars alone. Woo! Current MCs I bang with on bars alone. LaRussell is a cat called LaRussell. Is a cat called Nick Grant. And the rest of the guys y'all probably know. Fab, Kendrick, and myself. Simba. I've heard some of Simba stuff, but yeah, you on the LaRussell, huh? You on the LaRussell big exclusive? And that's the big problem and why a lot of us DJs are not really supportive to a lot of artists nowadays, myself included. What's that, Mr. Schuler? What's the problem? Did you think that was my words too? Or did you catch the what movie was that? When Bernie Mac was Dollar Bill. Dollar Bill! Chi-Town! Vodka, yeah, Vodka cool. That's my man. That's my man. What movie was that? Players Club. Remember he was talking to Jamie Foxx. He said, all I pay you to do, Blue, is to spin records. Yeah, Players Club. Damn, everybody said that. Yeah, listen. One of my friends is a DJ. You might know him, DJ Nitro. Me and him had a show together called the High Power Radio Show with 3 Eyes. I held down the microphone. He held down the 1s and 2s. We had a couple co-hosts and gave them a couple segments, and we would interview some people. And I'm very much understanding what true DJing is. I'm very much understanding that, and I very much respect the true DJ. You know what I mean? The DJ that knows, like I said, when to stop that record and take it back, when to talk, when to shut up, how to scratch, how to mix, how to blend. You know what I mean? I can very much appreciate the true DJ. But people really feel like that, Pop, and it's not that simple. I had to put it out there. No, I understand Big Exclusive. Who do you think you is? DJ Quick? Or you must be Jimmy Walker. Fool, you ain't nothing. Everyone wants a great DJ and know we're damn near the biggest part of the many events. Nowadays, everyone wants to shortchange us. It's terrible. When Jazzy the Clown makes more than a lot of them. True indeed, Mel. But that's where I was talking about the DJ not evolving. You know what I'm saying? Because go on YouTube and do a live. Once you get a certain amount of followers and subscribers, you dig what I'm saying? Like you gotta take your talent and your skills to the internet. You gotta bring your talent and your skills to the internet and find a way to monetize it. That's a big part of what I meant by not keeping up with the times. A lot of the traditional DJs want to hold on to the old equipment, want to hold on to the old way of doing things because they know how to DJ. And that's why, in my opinion, a lot of those DJs are getting left behind because they're not keeping up with the times. And some of them feel how you feel right now. Like they got all this talent and they know what it's worth, but it's not being done like that no more. And that's with a lot of things, not just DJing. That's across the board. I will always be a fan 90s rap because it's timeless music for me. A lot of songs remind me of memories and experiences I had at the time the songs were out. I strongly agree, Big Roll. 90s music, rap and hip hop was more memorable because it was more relatable, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? People was really writing about what they was going through. Now people write about what they think you want to hear outside of the drill. Nah, that's not the issue. The issue is because DJing became so much of a trend. Now everyone is a DJ now. It's terribly saturated in a lot of bad business. But evolving into what you're describing, pivoting on social media, Jeff and a bunch of DJs did it before Nice. What he did was the perfect storm. Bro, you talking about DJs in particular. I'm talking about DJs as a culture, bro. We could pinpoint somebody that's doing something each way. But as a whole, bro, that's like if I say black people don't know that they vote don't count. And you like, man, I've been knew my vote don't count. It's like, bro, I'm not talking about you in particular, but as a whole, black people will argue with another black people about not voting. Pop, your convo is this enlightening. Your music must be next level. Can't wait to check out your catalog. You can check it out whenever you want to, Big Roll. Just type in my name, man. Just type in my name. My name is Poppy Montego on all platforms. It's a lot of reasons why the game is messed up for us. Hey, Mr. Schuler. I agree. Facts about the voting. Yeah, Miss Monroe, I don't know if you was tuned into the show when we were talking about the illusion of inclusion. You know what I'm saying? Whether you on side red or side blue, the government wins. You dig what I'm saying? Whatever side you're on, it's just to make you feel important. And if you get it right, if the people get it wrong, I mean, the electoral college will definitely correct your vote. But they'll listen to somebody on TV say it. But somebody like you and I that looks like him and her, they don't know what he's talking about. He conspiracy theorists. You know what I mean? I'm giving y'all some time. I know I'm getting some more feedback on this DJ thing. Having a good conversation, and I really appreciate y'all. Yeah, Big Roll, back to what I was saying to you, bro. Poppy Montega on all streaming platforms. If you Spotify, Apple, when you're doing your reels and you putting music behind your reels, you can type my name in and my music pop up on Instagram and pop up on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I did this because a lot of my people used to be like, oh, your song's on SoundCloud. I don't listen to SoundCloud. It's on YouTube. I can't listen to YouTube in my car. You know what I'm saying? So now there is no excuse. You know my name? Type it in. It's there. Oh, I don't know what, bro. Wherever you listen to music, from the era of Tim's, dope lyrics, and book bags for no reason, grimy and real, no jewelry. Speaking of that, Big Roll, I graduated high school in 2002, right? I know you graduated before that, but you said something about the book bag, right? I think I was the last of the era with the tight JanSport. You know what I'm saying? You put the JanSport on and you draw the strings tight. Yeah. I think I was the last of that era right there. You know what I mean? And for the last 3 years of school, I literally had a ringed notebook in my JanSport and some speakers plugged into my Walkman on my CD player. You know what I'm saying? For my last 3 years of school, that's all I had in that JanSport. So I could relate. Tim's, I couldn't wear Tim's too much because I was an athlete. I never knew when I was going to bust out into a game of football somewhere. Yeah, Big Roll. But listen, I enjoyed y'all tonight. That was my look in high school. Hey, Bianca, you remember? Because I know you remember. Hold up, what year you graduated, Bianca? Before I say this, I gotta see what year you graduated. Because some people don't remember what I'm about to say, and it's like, how don't y'all remember this? All right, you graduated 2005, so you might have been in elementary school when this happened. But remember when people was wearing cleats? I was in like the 6th or 7th grade when it was a style. Remember when motherfuckers was wearing cleats and busting their ass all through the hallways and shit? This was right before the kids. That's my era to clean. Hey, Melly, you graduated in like 94, huh? That shit was stupid. With polo shirts. See, now, Nautica jackets. Back then, it was nothing sexier than a female with a rap hairstyle, bomber jacket, and Tim's. Then, no, bomber jacket. No, triple fat goose, bro. You from the era of the triple fat goose, man. All you hear is clack, 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 clack. Hey, Ro, you from the era of the triple fat goose, bro. Female wearing jersey dresses and bought back the colored trim socks. Lady was rocking cleats. Y'all old, man. Y'all old. Who wore British Knights? Y'all wore British Knights? British Knights and Elise's. Lottos. See? BK all day. Hey, Ms. Harps, you look like an LA gear wearer. Oh, Monroe's an LA gear wearer. Spoke it right up. LA gear wearer. Right there. Gap sweatsuits, Guess jeans. Let's not forget the soft Reebok classics. The whole catches. Come on, Melly. You gotta call them what they was called. The whole catches, man. I had a pair of hoe catchers when I got in middle school. I had the black Jones with the bubblegum soles. You know what I'm saying? 8-ball jackets for sure. African medallion, 2-finger rings, felines with the straps, bamboo earrings. Hey, Big Ro, you know what? Speaking of that, yep, I definitely had some Elise sneaks from 52nd Street. Yeah, I had some Elise's in kindergarten. Yeah. I definitely was up on all the old school shit, even though I was a young boy. My mom and my peoples kept me right. Hush Puppies. Remember the Hush Puppies came back in the late 90s? Everybody was rocking the suede Hush Puppies, stained all up. Back when the girls start wearing Keds again. I saved so much hush money to go buy some. Hey, Big Roll, but you made me remember this. Guess what kind of jacket I just bought? Probably, it was like 2 years ago. Big Roll, guess what kind of jacket I grabbed like 2 years ago? I still wear it too. I wear that joint. I can't wait till the fall so I can throw that joint on. 2-time jeans and graduated to Jabos. You got your pocket snatched? Wearing Jordashes too longs? Sergio Technique sweatsuits. Olympic sweatsuits. No, Big Roll, I got a members only jacket. A black members only jacket with the strap button on the top right there. Yeah. Damn, I might have to throw another party now. Might gotta pull my 8-ball joint out again. Oh, speaking on that, back on it's something that was from the show, even though we reminiscing right now. But y'all just reminded me. Speaking of independence, Chance the Rapper, y'all know he just helped Anita Baker get all her royalties and stuff. Philly bad boy hats, salute, got the buckles on the shoulder pad. Remember the starter jackets, man? Y'all never addressed my triple fat goose comment neither. Y'all ain't had triple fat gooses? Come on now. I had a triple fat goose. I know y'all had a triple fat goose. Yeah, it just got the button right here. It zip up. It say members only on the pocket right here. And then it got the strap that go across the neck and the button right here. Yeah, Miss Stewart. Triple fat gooses was our drug coats, pimp. I had a Philadelphia Eagles triple fat goose back in elementary. I wore my older sister's starter jacket, stole it, had the joint that came to my ankles. What listen, if you wore a triple fat goose, then I know you wore you thought you were still young and wore state property stuff when that came out. They had the hustler pockets and all that where you could stash your shit. Oh man. The reversible first down. No, oh, you ain't have state property? You ain't wear no state property clothes? Cut it out. I ain't say Rockaware. I said state property. Old school folks. Coats came past they ass like your mom told you they should. Motherfucking right. Oh, you was locked up anyway, bro. You talking about something? No, you was booked. That's why you didn't wear state property clothes. You was booked. It was old by the time you got out. I think I still got a pair of feline straps in the closet. I pulled the Reebok pumps out last week. Hold up, you got original pumps or you got some pumps recently? Dickie era was everything. Yeah, bro, don't try to rain on my parade. Talking some no, nigga, you was booked, nigga. You was rocking them Kraft slippers. Robert Kraft ones, them Robert Kraft ones. Don't forget the Jabos. Come on now. Oh yeah, Jabos for sure. The original joint, big roll joint. You can't let the cold get in your bones. It mess you up forever. That's what they told you. Speaking of that, ladies, what happened to wearing a slip? Where you come from, Brandy? Just laughing. You just come out of nowhere, just cracking the fuck. How many of y'all ladies wear slips still? Do y'all still wear slips? Dickie will never go out of style. I was born into an old family. My grandmama told me if she don't wear a slip, she a hoe. But see, I kept up with the times. Imagine if I held on to that. Oh, Miss Carter, you still wear slips? Ain't wear one since Easter 90. Damn, since 1990? Jeez. Slip and slide, get loose. More punch than a bowl of juice. Riding around in my 94, four-door, although. We were talking about them earlier. Nope, but my mama still be telling me you need one. Your mama was born pre-1957. I never even owned one. My mom and aunt still wear them. They're a reason to work. The dress needs to stay down. Yo, pop mom said that to me too. She said women that don't wear slips are considered fast asses. I ain't lying, Ro. I ain't lying. Am I lying? Nope, he ain't lying. I even got a super soaker with the backpack in the garage. I found a place that's still selling spinning tops. Stop playing with. Oh, you got the super soaker? Is it the XP version? You got an XP. You know the XP come out with a little pressure sting when it hit your back. Like, yo, don't forget the oversized throwback jersey with the Mitchell and. You said Mitchell and S. Come on, Big Roll. I'm about to do like you do in your car. Sit on your show. Sit in the corner. Sit in the corner. The Mitchell and S. What's that? What's a Mitchell and S? Hey, Melly, I need that spinning top plug ASAP. For sure. We need an onion. Give me an onion. Mitchell and Ness. Mitchell and S. Oh my goodness. Y'all are making my night. Hey, Big Exclusive, can we keep rolling? We can keep rolling for a little bit, Big Exclusive. I don't want to interrupt nothing that you got going on. Yeah, I never was good at cracking the tops, but I can spin longer than anybody else. You put the little hole in the top and make it hum. This nigga about to put me on blast. No, I don't need the button. Just get in the corner. Mitchell and S. Bless his heart. Y'all good as hell. Show your age. Yeah, we are. I think I'm the youngest, though. I think I'm the youngest. It's either me, Brandy, or Bianca. No, Bianca younger than me because she said she graduated in 05. What year you graduated, Brandy? Fucking fat fingers and spell check. I just hit send and saw it after. Blame it on spell check. You wrote N-S. Your fingers ain't that big, bro. 06. Oh, all right. So Brandy, the youngest in here. Melly, you 99. You in the middle. You in the middle, Melly. Big exclusive. No, you ain't the oldest, big exclusive. Well, you might be the oldest in here today. I might be the oldest, still had a box in high school. Hey, Big Roll. You want to talk about hairstyles, bro? I had a box in elementary school. I had a Gumby in elementary school. I had the little joint out the back in elementary school. By the time I got to high school, bro, nigga, I had flip curls, nigga. I had flip curls, Shirley Temples, all that. I was the funny nigga that could rumble. You dig what I'm saying? So I could get away with certain shit. Thanks, Angry OG on the podcast page. I had a shag Elliot. Yeah, Melly, you ain't too far ahead of me. I graduated in 02. But yeah, bro, when I was in high school, I had the Shirley Temples, I had the flip curls, I had the little process looking joint where all the hair curled back like that. Like you curl it up and then you pick it out and it be curled back. Yeah. '94, they still had square pizza and corn. Oh, yo, speaking of that, Big Roll, remember the oatmeal raisin bars by Tasty Cake? How they used to be on the big rectangle joint with the yellow wrapper? Before they got to the small, thick joint with the purple and silver. Talking about when they was like a quarter. What in the Ike Turner? hey, Bianca, for a small time of my life, I thought I was a pretty nigga. I had 4 earrings. I had 2 in each ear. Used to get my hair pressed. We were still wearing full wigs in high school. Oh, yeah, you definitely graduated like 94. You definitely graduated like 94, Miss Harps. You was wearing full wigs. Yeah, make sure you proofread, Big Roll. Stop playing, man. Remember the space lunches? The sausages was on point. I don't remember that, Mr. Schuler. No, I ain't had the Al Sharpton. I had the Prince. I had the Prince. I had to swing that shit out my eye, bro. Cause my hair used to come down to my shoulders. I'm not that damn old. Out here looking like New Edition. Speaking of New Edition, New Edition was one of my first favorite R&B groups. One of my first. My first favorite R&B group was the Temptations. Pop, I had a pretty boy area. I was rocking Fat Farm sweater vest and white V-necks hard. No, I wasn't pretty boy like that. I still was dressing athletic, but I'm talking about pretty boy where like I was getting a haircut every other week and a shape up the week in between and staying on top of my nails every day. Not, I'm talking about past good hygiene. I'm talking about OCD. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to comb my eyelashes and shit, brush my eyebrows and shit. You know what I'm saying? Put the hot water on my hair before I put the pomade and then put the do-rag on and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was pretty nigga. West Side rep over here back then. Hey, you know what? I wasn't the West Side rep, but West Coast rap is what introduced me to hip hop. The first album I owned was the Chronic album. That was the first album that I owned, that I purchased with my own money. The first album I actually owned was LL Cool J Bad, but that was purchased for me. The first album I purchased with my own money was the Chronic album. And I was Lil Young Mo. I got everybody beating here. I had pants with creases. Nigga, I had jeans with creases at one point in time. Or how about this? I give you one, a hairdo out of this world. My mama, right, had forgot to get me a haircut by picture day. And by the time she realized it, it was the morning of picture day, right? So she was like, I could cut your hair. And you know, at this time, I'm a young boy. I'm thinking anybody could cut hair. Bruh. She cut off the whole sides of my shit. I had a wide mohawk. Like my shit was wide. It was all the way back and came all the way back. And then she had the nerve to make it sharp than a motherfucker around the mohawk. Tell my son, what's wrong with this? Boy, I cried like a baby. I ain't go to school that day though. First album, Lil Wayne, The Carter, Volume 1. I ever purchased was straight out of Compton, light as a rock. Big roll still creasing. They said you still use a whole can of starch. Pants be standing up without nobody in them. That's a bad joint. That's a bad joint. But I told you I was born into an old family, so I know all about them, that starch and that hard crease. My dad, right? My pop was born in 1939, RIP. My dad was born in 1939, right? He drove SEPTA for 35 years. Every Sunday, he would iron out his clothes for the week. Whole crib be smelling like lemon starch. Cause he done creased the hell out of his slacks. I'm sorry, I almost called them jeans. Out of his SEPTA slacks, and put a crease in the arms of the shirt and hung them up on the back of his ironing board. Yeah, Pop, I've never been to a barbershop ever. My dad didn't know what the fuck a fee was. You never been to a barbershop? That's a bad joint, bro. I'm gonna take you to the barbershop, bro. Picture day, I took my mom's brown lip liner and pearl lipstick thinking I was gonna look cute. Oh my God, she cut off your point. She cut off the whole sides. It was just like round, straight on back, round. Melly Schuler steam on the bean. My mom based my wardrobe off the Cosby Show. What did he spray starch on them? But did he spray starch? Yeah, I said he had the whole house smelling like lemon starch. Why else would the whole house smell like lemon starch if he wasn't spraying them on his freshly ironed clothes for work for the week? Miss Carter. Damn, 1939, bless his heart, he did long hair pants. They were called breeches back then. Yeah, my pop, man, that's why I am where I'm at a little bit mentally, you know what I mean? Because he dropped some stuff on me that if I had a dad that most people my age had, I would be lost in the sauce. She worked for American Airlines. Her collars gotta have wing tips. She said wing tips. I thought that was only shoes. True. You had a bowl hawk. Yes, I did have a bowl hawk. It was just, I had the extra part on the back, man. But yeah, man, after that, anytime a woman asks to cut my hair, only thing a woman could do to this hair is wash it and braid it until I need help wiping my ass. When I need help wiping my ass, by all means, do what you want to do to this hair. Do what you want to do to it. Hey, Miss Hadia, you're late. You're late. The show over. We just vibing right now. Especially creases. In 1939, they didn't have casual clothes. They were always dressed. You know what? How about this? Can you give me that paper, please? The 1939 paper. I got this paper, right? It's sitting next to my father's urn. And it has what things cost in 1939. Some of this stuff is going to blow y'all mind. Y'all see this, right? I'm going to read it off to y'all. But this is what some things, everyday items, cost in 1939. Mind you, this paper is from 1985, so I'll give y'all that price too. In 1939, a loaf of bread was 8 cents. In 1985, a loaf of bread was 96 cents. In 39, a gallon of milk was 49 cents. In 85, a gallon of milk was $2.31. In 39, a pound of butter was 33 cents. In 1985, it was $1.76. In 1939, a brand new Ford automobile was $700. In 1985, a brand new Ford automobile was $9,011. A gallon of gas was 10 cents in 1939. In 1985, it was $1.06. A new home, brand new home, was $3,850 in 1939. In 85, it was $89,000. The annual income in 1939, annual income was $1,729. In 1985, the annual income was $22,138. Let's see what else we got on here. The president was Franklin D. Roosevelt. The vice president was John Garner. The top song was Over the Rainbow. The top movie was Gone with the Wind. The top actor was Robert Donnet, and the top actress was Vivian Leigh. Sports news was Wilbur Shaw wins Indy for the second time at 115 miles per hour. Yankees take Reds in World Series. NFL champions were the Green Bay Packers. How about that? How about that? And what's this thing they call inflation? What is that? Originally, the currency was attached to gold. Then they attached it to God. And God we trust that they're going to pay us back, right? In the last 30 years is worse than it was in those 45 years. True indeed, Ms. Harps. True indeed. True indeed. But listen, I enjoyed y'all tonight. I definitely enjoyed y'all tonight. Lisa Carter, facts. I spent $300. Inflation is now the new extortion. Next week, I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure if we're going to do the Turf Monster next week. I'm not sure we're going to do the Turf Monster next week. But you know what? While everybody's still here, are we good with 9 o'clock? Because I noticed a lot of people started tuning in a little later. Are we good at 9 o'clock? Should we come in earlier? Is 9 o'clock cool? Big exclusive? I need your input too, because you know you run the whole behind the scenes. It's all good, Hadia. It's all good. The replays count. The replays count. The past couple of weeks, I haven't been able to put my show together the way I like to, but we've been getting it done. We've been getting it done. Yes, it's cool. Thank you, Miss Carter. Thank you. The Turf Monster is undefeated. Hey, OG, man, you been in here the whole time, man. You don't talk to me no more, dog. What's up, OG? Yeah, we ain't wrapping it up yet. We got about 20 minutes, right? That's cool, big exclusive. I want to holler at OG. What's up, angry OG? You play football? How many athletes we got in here? Even if it wasn't football, how many athletes we have in here? Used to play sports. And what's the highest level you played on? One more. I'm from an era when girls didn't have boobs, just booties. And they put the tissue up under there before all the hormones got put in the food. Oh, I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it. Any athletes in here? How many of y'all used to play sports? How did you play basketball in high school? What school you played for? FLC? You play basketball too, Miss Carter? What you play? Dane played football. Football, basketball, track, semi-pro football. Played college at Nebraska and Temple. I played softball and ran track. Baseball, football, basketball. William Penn. I graduated from Penn, I did. I played softball and cheerleading. Where'd y'all play all these sports at? What school? What's the highest level? Professional crate ball champion. You see me had to think real quick. Crate ball, what's that? Oh, duh. I know how to play basketball and swim. I ain't asked if you know how to play. Did you play organized? Dobbins, varsity. What year you graduated, Hadia? King. Oh, you went to King, Bianca. You graduated right before they merged with Germantown, right? I played football, basketball, and baseball. Yeah, you look like a fullback, OG. Angry OG, you like a fullback. Big Roll, what position did you play? Edison High School. Pocket ball champion in 92? Oh my goodness, you messed your pants? You can't be the champ until you mess your pants. Gratz junior year, broke my collarbone. Senior year, then semi-pro. High school football and adult co-ed and travel high school track. Yup, a couple years before Bianca. Oh, you graduated in 99. I came in 98. So you graduated before I had the big walkout and almost got expelled and all that. Big Roll, you ain't the champ unless you mess your pants, bro. Don't skim past that. We ain't gonna skim past that. Pocket ball champ in 92. Big Roll Jones, my parents played that. Your parents played that? Your parents played pocket ball? Started at D tackle, ran a 4.5 flat in the 40-yard dash. Damn, Big Roll. Woo! I know your knees is toe up. I know your knees and your feet is toe up. You played D tackle at 290 pounds and ran a 4.5 flat. I don't know if some of y'all might not know what that is, but that's a big man coming at you fast. That's a lot of man coming at you really, really fast. Really, really fast. I was legit in baseball, but didn't look at it as a vehicle to get a free education. It's all good, OJ, long as you don't regret it. Do catch a girl, get a girl count? Because I was a league MVP 4 years straight, 89 and 93. You can't be a league MVP unless you get caught and don't get in trouble. You get caught and still don't get in trouble. You the real MVP. Said 89 to 93. In 89, I was in kindergarten. What you covering your head for, Lillian? Oh, got one. What you covering your head for, Lillian? Speaking of football, not bragging. Only reason I'm not in the pros is because Temple played all their home games at the Veteran Stadium, and they didn't have turf. It was carpet. I shredded my ACL and MCL. Damn. Hey, Big Ro, you played with my man Walt then, didn't you? What year you was at Temple? I was in the streets in 89. Oh, yeah, I forgot y'all old heads. Catch a girl, get a girl. I forgot y'all old heads. What year you was in Temple, Big Roll? That's a bad joint. You're right. I know all about that turf at the vet. 95 hurt in preseason after transferring from Nebraska. Oh, okay. So you probably know my old head Dave that used to play linebacker for Miami. What was his last name? Hey Dave, what was Coach Dave's last name when we was coaching the Hurricanes? I'm 38, Hadia. Lamont McIntosh, you still are. Big still are in the streets. Big Roll Jones, I played baseball at the vet. That shit was horrible. Hell yeah. What you laughing at? How young I am, Mr. McIntosh? Yeah, David Walker. You knew David Walker, Big Roll? He played linebacker for the Hurricanes. What is that? The University of Miami? Miami University? Dang, y'all some old heads. He said I was in the streets in 89. Damn. Thank you, Miss Hadia. Don't say for your age. Age is nothing but a number. Sound familiar. Temple was full of locals. And you remember the quarterback that Temple had in 99, 2000? Walt, Big Walt. He had the dreadlocks. That was my man. Walter Washington. He should have went to the league, but he ain't want to transfer he ain't want to switch positions to play tight end. But yeah, speaking of football, I got invited to a tryout in Birmingham, Alabama, to try out for a professional football league that's in Mexico. I got invited last year by Trent Richardson personally, but it was like 2 weeks before, and I haven't played football in a couple of years. So when I say my legs locked up on me, my legs locked up. I ran a good 40. I ran a 4.41 in the 40. I had 3 knee injuries over my time playing. But I'm gonna go back and try again this year. Chaney was the coach at Temple when I got there. Oh yeah, I'm going for it, Big Roll. I'm going for it. I know it's a young man's sport, but I've always been chasing competition. And chasing competition, I started getting compensated. So this would be a dream come true, I guess you could say. I played at the Wells Fargo. Like I played indoor football, I played arena football and stuff like that. But to actually play at a stadium full of people, even though it's in Mexico, like a stadium full of people, like even at the age of 38, I still will enjoy that. You know what I mean? Still would enjoy that. And hopefully somebody can make the trip. I know all y'all probably can't make, but it'd be great to see some people I know in the stands in Mexico. All right, y'all. It was a great show tonight. Football is a passing game now. Everything evolves around speed. I tore my knee up playing baseball and didn't get surgery. Hey, Lamont, OG, I had 3 knee injuries and didn't get a surgery for near one of them. And one of them we were actually going to talk about on Turf Monster. I'm going to show the video of it happening. I dislocated my kneecap and strained my MCL and LCL because of the Turf Monster. But that was in 2012. And when I say I still feel like the difference, I'm not going to say the discomfort, but I still feel the difference. And when the weather, oh my goodness, when the weather starts changing, or if I have it bent too long, that joint be screaming, bro. Don't let it be cold outside. If I don't go straight from the car to the crib, that knee be screaming. Like, I gotta warm it up. I'll be damn near ready to put it in the oven, bro. Like, that joint crazy. So yeah, that when we talk about that turf monster, I would definitely appreciate if both of y'all came on, Big Roll and Angry OG. And let's talk about when you suffered that injury. That turf monster, you know, has gotten a lot of us. Black folks, the real weather forecasters. For sure. We could smell it and we could feel it. Rain and cool will let you know. For sure. Dame, I'll be there. For sure. That'd be greatly appreciated. But yeah, when we talk about this turf monster, anybody that suffered an injury due to the turf, I would greatly appreciate if y'all come on and share your story. And I mean, no offense, y'all guys are a little older, so y'all might not have the footage, but I got the footage of when I suffered my knee injury. So I'm gonna show the footage and all that. If y'all have y'all footage, somehow, some way, get it to Big Exclusive for me for that show. One thing I learned from Buddy Ryan, that collarbone fucked my scholarship up. One thing I learned from Buddy Ryan was no matter your size, it's the smart players who excel. And because of my knowledge, I want to get into coaching on a high school level. Hey, Big Roll, you can do that whenever you're ready, bro. They always looking for coaches in high school, especially right now. I banged knees with somebody and wasn't shit wrong with him. Ooh. You don't like milk, do you, OJ? You don't drink milk. Ooh. That's a calcium problem. Oh, no, either that or you was skinny. You was skinny back then. No, I'm just messing with you. I know that's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes it be like that. Like, y'all can hit each other in the same exact spot and the other person just get up and walk away and you be sitting there dying. Like, Turf Monster show coming up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I would love for you to come on and tell us about your injury. If you have the film, I would love if you don't mind showing it. You know what I'm saying? My injury was crazy. It was assisted from somebody, but if we was playing on grass, I wouldn't have suffered that injury. If I was playing on a grass field, that injury wouldn't have happened to me. Everybody having 2 hours this week. Hey, man, everybody started getting active and tuning in at the end of the show, so I wanted to take advantage of it. That shit flipped me. Woo. No footage, but I can definitely speak on it in detail. All right, Big Roll. For sure. Hey, OJ, you mind coming on next week and talking about it even still? I'm pretty sure you have a story about the turf monster, even if it wasn't you. Because I have a story about myself, and I have stories that I've seen with my own eyes. And you guys played too, back when the game was a little more dangerous. So I know y'all got some stories about the turf monster. Oh, we love you too, Miss Hadia. Definitely hope if OG can come on and holler. For sure. Hey, Big Shannon. You ain't comment in a minute. You got any turf monster stories? To be honest, some of your episodes need more than an hour. I agree, Miss Carter. I agree. I was thinking about moving the show to 12 o'clock on Sundays, but I got to talk to Big Shannon, and I wanted to see how you guys thought about it first. You better stop calling me Miss. I told you I was raised by elders. Hadia. You want me to say that? Hadia. You want me to talk to you like you the homie? I haven't met you formally, so I'm addressing you respectfully. Yo, how about that? Sports Big Exclusive. Nah, my worst injury happened on the court. Oh, yeah. I can see him being a basketball player. 12, what, Pop? You don't be up at 12 o'clock on a Sunday? See, I'm heavy football bull. You dig what I'm saying? If I wasn't playing on a Sunday, guess what? I'm not even washing my ass on a Sunday. I'm going to wake up, I'm going to turn on football, and I'm going to watch football all Sunday. All day Sunday. I'm only 2 years older than you. Hadia, he called me Miss Carter. I just go with it. 12 p.m. Yes, at 12 in the afternoon. I can already tell you, Pop, you're not moving the show to 12 noon Sunday because the Birds play at a lot of Sunday games. True. True. So the other option was Friday night. 12 in the afternoon. I got love for you, bro. No question, but nothing gets in the way of my ego. You know what? Thanks for correcting me. You know, I've been doing it for the culture so heavy. I have been boycotting. I haven't watched football for a couple of years up until we made that Super Bowl run. I watched the Super Bowl, and then I watched a couple of games since then. But last year, I started getting back into the mix. Up until the whole boycotting the NFL thing, I hadn't missed a Eagles game. I like the miss. Put some respect on my shit. All right, Miss Monroe, my bad, player. I was about to say, don't y'all watch football? Miss make Miss Hadia feel old. Everybody else feels respected. The only way I'm sleeping at noon is if I worked the night before. Well, I'm gonna talk the big exclusive and see what options we have, because once again, y'all know he the only person behind the scenes doing everything. I feel bad that we about to hit the 2-hour mark now. I asked him was it cool. He ain't never say nothing, but so I want to be considerate. I'm gonna talk the big exclusive first and see if we can get a better time so I can do a 2-hour show. I played basketball in high school and went to block this chick on the court, and we banged knees. I mean, that shit hurt so bad, my coach took me out, but I went back in. Now I'm having so much pain later in life. I just thought about that shit now that y'all talking about it. My doc always asked me if I had any trauma to the knee, and I always said no, but now I'm wondering if that's why. Miss Stewart, more than likely that's it. More than likely that's it. I'm just messing with you, big exclusive. I know you to hit the wrap up button, bro. Like, yo, you just sent me a message or something like, yo, bro, what's up? Shit, you probably typed it on here. All right, Pop. But yeah, Miss Stewart, I'm almost certain that's it. He said, yup, right here. Fuck that. I appreciate y'all tonight. This was a great turnout. This is a great show, great feedback, great conversation. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow morning, keeping it real with Big Roll, 9 a.m. Then Tuesday, Big Exclusive Podcast. They back. And what you call it, Big Roll? The double hitter Tuesday? What you call it, Big Roll? I like what you call it. Playing football destroyed my knees. When it rains, my knees swell, and the pain is almost unbearable. But I would do it all again because I love the game. I love the game too, Big Roll. I love the game too. And next, on that show about the Turf Monster, I'm going to explain the deeper reason on why I would do it all again too. Double Up Tuesdays. Yeah, I know tomorrow is Monday. I already addressed Monday. You probably was scratching your ear or something. I said first thing tomorrow morning, we got Big Roll in the morning. And then I said Tuesday, we have the Big Exclusive Podcast, and we have the Double Up Tuesday, like Big Roll said, because he come on in the morning and the Big Exclusive Podcast in the evening. Shalom. I appreciate you tuning in tonight, Mr. Schuler. Greatly appreciate it. Diamonds up. Creativity. All right, everybody, we out.